Well, greetings from Wales, where the sun is currently shining. And yeah, thought I'd show you some photos I've got on eBay recently. It's a mixed bag of photos. I think they're the ones that are kind of left behind after the seller had sold all of the better ones. Quite a mixture here. What I'm going to do first of all is just sort them by size, and I'll explain why. Anyway, I'll come back to you in a moment. This is what we end up with. I've sorted them by width. What it does is it groups together pictures that were taken on the same camera. The prints are roughly the same size. And it's a good trick if you've got, let's say, a shoebox full of family photos, and it's a mixture of photos from different years, different people. The first thing to do, sort them like this. It'll just bring all of the pictures from one camera together. And if you find a clue on one of the pictures in that set, you can kind of apply it to the group. So let's say you find out that one of them was taken in 1937. Well, the other pictures in that set are probably taken, sort of plus or minus 5 years around that time as well. Let's flip them over and see what we've got. So this is the biggest of the lot. HK Dragon Boats 1924. First of all, I thought it was taken in front of a reclamation, looking here, but if we look just about here, there's a little bit of sea showing on the other side, I think. So it's probably a breakwater instead. Now, if all goes to plan, next Monday our shipment of belongings gets delivered, and then I'll have a decent scanner and a proper computer again and be able to scan this in and take a closer look. These two, a fraction smaller, so from a different camera, I think. And the one at the bottom has something I recognise. It's the pier in the background here. This is the diving pier in the bay at Repulse Bay, sorry. If you look in my book number 3, there's a little picture and discussion of that. It wasn't around for very long, so these pictures that would come from the early 1920s. Here's an older one. If I zoom in, does that work? Yes, you can see the forehead shaved here. So this will be before 1911. Probably taken from a liner coming into Hong Kong. This, I think, is, I thought, from the same camera, but the men back in the background here don't seem to have their foreheads shaved. It's a hunting party. You can see a couple of rifles here, and it looks like they've shot a water buffalo. The men look very proud of themselves having their picture taken, but I can't think it's any great challenge to shoot a water buffalo, so not sure what the story was there. These ones are a glossy finish, so different camera, and they're all very dark. Not sure if there was a problem at the point of taking the pictures, or a problem with developing them, or what. So hopefully when we get them on the decent scanner, we'll be able to have a better look. And this is the one I'm most interested in. It's a picture of a barber at work. I've got several pictures of barbers. There's one in my latest book, but it was one taken somewhere in mainland China. So I'm hoping this is somewhere in Hong Kong. Zoom in. There's some writing in the background there, agents for something. So perhaps that'll give us a clue where the picture was taken. This one shows a bay with mat shed down on the beach. Quite a common scene, not quite sure exactly where that was taken. The next couple is another way to match them up. So not only are they the same size, but you can see over here they're taken on the same paper, Velox photo paper. So these definitely from the same same camera. View of the seashore, and somebody's out hiking somewhere and seeing a pool. Maybe one of our viewers can recognize that. Probably the pool looks very similar today. This one looks quite similar size. It's stuck well into an album though, so I can't see the back to see if this was Velox paper as well. This one a bit too light. Again, once it's scanned in, we may be able to make it easier to see. Glossy. And this one on the back says Hong Kong, Kowloon, local man, 1924. So these pictures would all have been bought as albums, my guess. And then the album's been broken up for sale on eBay. So a couple of junks, not very clear. This one, a little bit overexposed at the top, but pretty sharp. It's a man carrying water buckets. Well, I suppose could be water buckets, might be carrying night soil. I did wonder if that was an option as well, though I'm not sure if I'll be able to work out. So that'll be an exercise. A few more pictures, again quite dark. Some boys having a swim. Village scene, and I think in a market probably. Quite sharp. So again, we'll have a look after we've scanned it in, see what else we can see in that picture. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. So 2 pictures of Repulse Bay. Quite easy to see what's happening there. But the one at the bottom, it's got something interesting. So you remember I talked about the diving pier, and we know that didn't last very long. We think it was destroyed in a typhoon and replaced with diving platforms. So I think that's what we can see there and possibly here. And then something else, when we first looked at that pier, I wondered if it was to do with the old flying boats that used to land at Repulse Bay. And if we look closely at the bottom picture, there we have a couple of the flying boats just taking off by the look of it. So that's going to be one that's perhaps we can work out a bit more once we've scanned it in. Other clues. So this one, see the writing looks a little bit different. I had grouped them together thinking they were the same. But now I think probably different. But these 2 at the bottom obviously come from the same printing company, Yusang Photo, on Nathan Road, number 206 Nathan Road. And the writing at the top, handwriting, is the same as well. Not great pictures, unfortunately. Well, the one at the top is sharp, but it's a picture of the Tigerbalm Gardens, they're pretty common. Nothing very exciting there. And the one at the bottom could have been a nice picture. It's a picture of the sort of central skyline. I think on the back it says, yes, there we go, taken from a star ferry. But we'll see. I'll scan it in, but I don't think it's going to be very sharp. These ones, yep, different handwriting, both of them. Although they both show, oh no, this one's of the junks, yes. Quite sharp. Junks on the seafront. This one, Hong Kong at night. Quite like the picture, I guess. I did wonder if there was some writing over here. That might give us a date. You know, was it Hong Kong dressed up specially for one of the royal events? I can't see any clues there yet. Hong Kong, 1937. What's going on? Not sure. View from the sea. Up here in the building. Not sure if anyone recognises that. Hong Kong KCR garage after Typhoon 1927. So this is one we've seen in pictures a few times. There used to be a garage just next to the KCR terminus building at Tsim Sha Tsui. 1927, a big typhoon sort of demolished it. So this is the rubble that's left. And if you look at the top right corner, so there we are, you can see there's the ruins of a car there and a motorbike. So it must have been quite an expensive event for the garage. Not sure if they'd have been covered by insurance or not, but a lot of their cars were damaged in the... A grave. Don't know why that would deserve a picture. Sampans on the harbour. And this one I'm guessing is a later picture just because it's so sharp if I look closely. So just a lovely scene of life. A curious thing here, you can see there's a little sort of concrete bridge out to a rock. It looks like that was the place where you boarded the sampans. Not sure if anyone recognises that or if the rock still exists. I guess it's probably been absorbed into a reclamation by now. Okay, view of the harbour. The Belgian land at Hong Kong, China. So the Belgian land was a large liner. I did take a quick look on the internet, and it started out life with 2 funnels, and then it was switched from coal to oil, which gave it the 3 funnels that we see here. So perhaps we'll be able to pin down exactly when it was in Hong Kong. Who have we got here? Ted, Johnny and myself on Wing Sang, January 1948, Shanghai bound. Another picture from Yu Sang, so I don't know if it's the same, from the same set as we saw earlier. And it looks like a military group on their way to Shanghai. And the last one, Hong Kong, Happy Valley, 1924. Quite a tiddly one, as you can see. There's the old government quarters on top of the ridge there. There's the church, still with us today, and looks like we're just about at the finishing line. I guess that blur is probably a horse just passing the finish line there. We'll take another look at a few of these pictures after I've scanned them in, but that wraps up the video for today, so thank you for watching.